Okay, it's Cobra Wars once again, and now we are looking at Kingdom Blackarachnia. Again, Hasbro went to this box to be environmental friendly because it's going to use less plastic. So you only got this little bit of window, which you kind of see them from the waist up. But it does let you have beautiful, beautiful artwork. So there she is in her robot mode. Then you come around to the side, you have her in her spider mode. Gonna guess that that's probably the Nemesis right there. And then if you come around to this side, you have the Kingdom artwork. You have Megatron with the golden disc, Scorponok, you know, all the different characters that are going to be released in this line. Come around to the back. You have her in her robot mode. You have her in her spider mode. It takes 20 steps to change her. You have the legal mumbo jumbo. On the bottom, you have more words. On the top, you have the Predacon symbol. There and there. You have the War for Cybertron. And there you go. That's how she looks in the box. And that little window, I mean, she looks good. And I can't wait to get her out of the box and see how she is. Okay, well, here we have her out of package finally. And so we have her in her black or Widow spider mode, which for a spider mode that doesn't give you a lot of panels to cover things, she's pretty well hidden. I mean, honestly, I am impressed with how well they managed to get her to collapse and hide most of her in her butt. Her weapon does not like to stay on her, by the way. At least mine doesn't. It just clips on right into those little, you can see on her little, right there and there. Has two little pegs to go in there. Mine does not like to stay in there. But I mean, honestly, most of her is collapses right into her butt. And so, I mean, like the fact that they can get this figure to look like this, I am super impressed. She's got her red markings. It's got some texture on her thorax, like a gelatinous shell, like it would be for her exoskeleton. It's got the legs. The legs have some nice, the legs are on a ball joint, so you can get some nice poses with her reaching out if you want to. The whole leg themselves are on this like little swivel, so you can kind of get I guess a dead bug mode if you wanted to, a dead spider mode. There's a lot of stuff you can do with her, posing wise. Honestly, though, I think my Beast Wars shelf, normally I like leaving my Beast Wars in their animal mode just because I just think the animal modes are so awesome. But I think, honestly, the Kingdom versions of these characters are going to be primarily in their robot mode on my shelf. So, I mean, I'm not 100% worried about how she looks in beast mode, but she is a beautiful, beautiful beast mode, I think. And the engineering that went into getting her down so she can fit, like I said, into that part of her is just awesome. So let's get her in comparison mode to what she looks like with the rest of the Beast Wars cast. First up, the Rat Bot himself, Rat Trap. Then we have Kitty Bot, Cheetor. We have Optimus Prime, Ol. So there she is with the cartoon cast that I have. I'm missing Megatron, obviously, right now, so I can't put him in there. So there she is with the Maximals, because, I mean, Season 2, she defects to the Maximals. So there she is. You can see her with the Maximals. And then let's look at her with what they released for Predacons in the first wave of Kingdom, which are the Fossilizers. So we have Paleorex, which I'm not sure what the deal is with the Fossilizers. I'm guessing they're calling them Predacons because the Predacons were dinosaurs, insects, arachnids before. I mean, that's what they were. They were the, you know, and the Maximals were like the mammal creatures and a fish in the cartoon. So I guess that's why the Fossilizers are Predacons. It's because they're going with the whole motif that dinosaurs were Predacons in the cartoons and Fossilizers are dinosaur fossils. So they're, anyway, not sure what the deal is with. So we got Paleorex with her and Vertebrake. I mean, they look good together. I mean, obviously they're, you know, those are the Predacons that are out for right now, and they look good. This whole line of Kingdom, I think, is quite beautiful. So there she is. Like I said, not a lot of other articulation, which there's not gonna be. But like I said, she folds up. Look, I mean, look at the engineering. She is all folded up in the butt of the spider. She's all like, that's her whole figure basically is in that piece. Just amazing. So let's get her transformed and see what she looks like in robot mode. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come under, if your weapon has stayed attached there, you're going to pop it off. And then she holds her heels with her claws. So you just pop those forward, bring her arms out, and then we work on getting her taken out of her shell. So, you know, bring the legs apart. Then you can flip her down, bring that down, like here, like that. Her legs down. Her other leg comes down. These panels collapse like that, like that. Her legs, there you go. You have her legs. You can bring her boot, top of her boots out a little bit because they're supposed to be out. And there you have the bottom part done. The top part, you come up here, you pull her shoulders, this piece out on this little swivel joint. You bring those out, you swivel her shoulders around and down, you push them in like that. Now this is some really cool engineering, I think. So this part doesn't peg into anything. So, okay, push her head out too, because this is gonna go where her head is right now. So you push her head out and you flip that down. Well, that doesn't peg into anything. What pegs in is her waist pegs into this little thing right here. So when you flip it up and you have that down there and it pegs in, it holds the chest part in place. You move the arms down. And now this is the part that a lot of people have been having issues with. There's just a little hole right there, and her chest has this little tab right there. And as you can see, if you can get it focused, mine has a little bit of stress already. Mine also has a little bit of a paint defect on her under boob. So there, I mean, I have this little paint defect. But what you do is you bring her chest down and then you pop it in, turn her head around, you rotate her pincers around, then you can adjust her spider legs, come around to the back, and then the shell just folds up and pops into place. Her spider legs, just kind of rotate them to however you want them. And there you go. We have her in robot mode. And then you can give her her gun. Her gun just has the port. Knocked her over, of course. And it just pops into there. And there she has her gun. It doesn't have the firing gimmick like the original toy did, but I like that it doesn't. Let's talk about details on her and paint applications real quick. They got the nice gold across her chest. They got the Predacon symbol right there. They have the eye motif down here on her pelvis. The red and black, wow, yellow and black throughout like she was in the show. Like she is, this is, like I said, this is probably the most show accurate version of the toy we have ever gotten. And that's the Legends line from Takara that they repainted from animated to the show colors was really good. This is better, I think. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. That's mine. So there she is. And like on her face, she has the little red Black Widow symbol right there. And that sculpt, that sculpt is just amazing of her face. Like the paints too. I like that her mouth part is different than the rest. It just kind of makes it stand out some more. It looks good. She looks good. So let's get her looking with some of her Beast Wars companions in robot mode. Okay, so we're gonna look at her with some of, with the Beast Wars cast that we have out right now. Let's get her gun out of her hand. Let's put that to the side right now, because we just want to compare her in height and stuff to how she looks with the rest of the Kingdom figures. So let's get Paleo Rex in here. Let's see if I can move her arm, move her spider legs a little back behind her a little bit so we can get some good side by sides here. He's just awkward and doesn't like to stand, or at least mine doesn't. He's just an awkward figure. So there she is. Then Vertebrae next to her. I mean, they look good together. I mean, they look very Predacon. But I mean, they look good together, and they'll be displayed nicely on the shelf. Put those two back there. Come on. Come on, Vertebrae, you want to stand up. There. Now let's get her in with the Maximals. So there is Optimus Primal. There is Rat Trap. And last but not least, I do like the Kitty Bot. I do enjoy Cheetor. And there you go. There she is with the main cast of the cartoon. Come on, Rat Trap. There we go. And they look really good. That's one of the things I really enjoy about the Kingdom line, is that they look so show accurate that it's scary. And the size is great. It looks like it should. They scale well with each other. They have their show molds from the original Beast Wars. I'm really interested in seeing what Kingdom brings to the Beast Wars mythos. So, let's get these guys out of here and finish up talking about her. So, drop my weapons for Primal on the ground. I'll pick those up after the review. Let's talk about some articulation on her, though. So articulation-wise, she's got some decent articulation, especially in her arms. Shoulders, up, down. I mean, she's got really good shoulder articulation. She's got swivel in two places on her bicep. She's got it on where the spider legs are, and she's got it at the shoulder. She's got swivel. She's also got, like, I don't want to say it's elbow slash wrist because of how her hands are. I mean, it's however you want to look at that articulation. She does not have a waist joint due to how she transforms. However, I mean, her legs, because of this piece, she doesn't have a lot of motion to go forward. However, backwards, you got a lot there. Again, not a lot of forward, just because of the crotch piece. She does have swivel at the thigh. She has bend at the knee. She has forward and back on the ankle. She also has side to side tilt. Overall, she has some really cool articulation. The other cool thing you can do with her is, those pop off so easily. Be careful. If you want to, you could bring those around and have like the gun moment she has in the show where she shoots. I think, is it her or Tarantulas? I think it might be Tarantulas now that I say that. But you can bring it like that. These tips will fit the blast effects, so you can have her shooting from her spider legs if you want to. So that's something you can do. Anyway, but that's her articulation. It's decent for this figure. It's really good. I would suggest being careful with the spider legs. Like I said, they do pop off fairly easily. They do seem like they might be a little bit fragile in the long run, but she's good. I like her. I think she is... I'm going to say it, and you can voice your opinions in the comments below and tell me what you think. I'm glad I waited and didn't jump on the Beast Wars Masterpiece train, and that I waited for these, because I think these are great. They're a fraction of the price, and they look to me just as good as the Masterpiece. So, would I recommend her? Yes. Is she hard to find? Oh my gosh. At least for me she was. I prefer to hunt my toys down in the wild, henceforth why I don't have Megatron. And I did break down and buy him online. He will be here soon. Once he's here, we'll get a video of him up. But if you can find her for a reasonable price, pick her up. She is a fantastic figure. Highly recommend, especially if you're a fan of Beast Wars. This has been Cobra Wars. Please click that like button, hit subscribe. That helps me out. It lets me know that you want more content. And I'm just telling you, have a good night, and I'll see you again.